hike. And I was like, okay, maybe I can handle it. I'll just go slow. And as we're walking up, keep in mind, I only do like the first portion of this hike, like barely 5%, probably not even that. And we're walking up, and I just feel these sharp pains on the side of my legs, just one specific spot. I'm like, holy shit, it feels like a nail going through my leg. It was so sharp. It was so sharp. I was like, fuck this. I can't do this hike. And I didn't want to be dead weight. That's one thing with me on my ego, because last episode with the hike, Henry has the ego. With my ego, I never want to be dead weight.
Yeah.
So I hiked by myself, like the easier hikes. I stretch my legs, just do some like stretches, yoga. Not gonna lie, I did. I was like on the floor, like doing yoga and shit when y'all left. And I hiked like the circle around Yosemite, like, and then I went to Mirror Lake and stuff like that by myself, which was super nice and peaceful. Not gonna lie, I was listening to music. From that hike perspective, I'll just say that is like I've learned how to like. This was the whole trip. I didn't want to be dead weight because of my legs. I knew how to hang out by myself, and I was like, holy shit, I think I'm more comfortable because I wanted to travel the world. And traveling with other people is hard because everybody's schedule has to line up and stuff like that. So it is super important to hang out by yourself. That's one advice I have for people, or like a tip, is like learn how to be by yourself. And what this trip did for me as a positive, and through the hiking and then the beach and stuff like that, I was able to learn to be by myself, hang out by myself, enjoy my time, because there's so much to do.
Which is good.
And now I'm like, because I was shy to travel the world by myself, because I was like, dude, I really want to go to Switzerland because of this whole fucking mountain slide and the hiking and stuff like that. And it was also a wake up call for me, because if I want to hike, I need to get my shit together. So now I walk on an incline. Anytime I do cardio, it's always a walk on an incline every fucking time. So I do my own shit, just taking pictures, enjoying myself. And it is hot. It's beating. I'm like, damn, I'm like curious like how these guys are dealing up there. And Henry will explain that portion here shortly. Since I wasn't there. Yeah. But when I was hiking and it was like starting 12 noon, I was like, dude, it is getting fucking hot.
Yeah,
it was getting hot. And I was like thinking of the other guys, because like up there in the mountains, there's not a lot of trees. So the sun is just shining on y'all. But overall, from my experience of this Yosemite trip, on the first day, what I learned is like learn how to be by yourself. It's super beneficial, and it's easier to travel and enjoy yourself a lot more, because you get to do the things you want to do all by yourself. You don't have to worry about other people's opinions of what they want to do. But yeah, and Henry, just go ahead and tell us that brutal fucking hike. This is a brutal hike for a lot of them. It is almost as brutal as Henry's hike in the Grand Canyon, but he was able to do it a lot better than the Grand Canyon, because I guess he was more mentally prepared after that experience.
Yeah, so real quick to recap, back to the Grand Canyon. So we talk about it. As soon as I finished the Grand Canyon, you know, I'm hurt, my fucking ego and shit. So I said, fuck this, you know. Obviously, for a lot of people, when they go through shit like that, they can obviously say, oh, fuck this, I'm never doing this again. But for those who know me, I'm not like that. Like, if I get to feel like that, I get up and fucking let's do this again, right? So I bought some hiking shoes, socks, clothes. So I'll just fucking focus. My goal for this trip, and I'll explain some comments later. Some people told me my goal was I'm gonna hike this shit and fuck everyone. Like, but that was my mentality. Like, if someone breaks his legs, I'm going up. Like,
I was like, fuck everyone. I was like, you horny asshole, bro.
Bruh.
He's like, you horny as fuck. I'm gonna fuck everyone.
No.
You said that with confidence, bro. I was like, oh god, I'm worried about those guys.
My mentality was like, I'm gonna do this shit, and like, I don't care what anyone, like, if they're behind me, in front of me, it's like, get the fuck out of the way.
It was like your personal
It's
time.
my personal. Yeah. This is my goal. Like, you know, my mentality at this point. So right away, Eric Suarez, shout out to him, because as much as I hate him, I don't hate him. But like, he did a smart thing by bringing walkie-talkies. And he gave one to me, one for me and Eric, and one for you and Adam. So we're heading up. We're barely, like he said, 5%, maybe less. And they say, hey man, Sebastian is not
my leg pain. I am going to the doctor for it, because I've never felt such a sharp pain. But go ahead and tell us, like, oh, one thing I didn't want to notice that I want to say is, like, this hike is constantly up. Like, what I mean by that is you're pretty much not going down, maybe a little portion down, but other than that, you're literally climbing a fucking, it's called the Yosemite Upper Falls or some shit like that. You're basically climbing up the whole time. There's never flat or barely. That's what they explained to me. But like I said, I want Henry's experience. Like, so I'm gonna leave him off where I like dip. So
Yeah.
go ahead from there.
So they told us, Adam Walkie's like, hey, Sebastian's not doing it. And first of all, honestly speaking, like we all looked at each other like, what the fuck? We're all shocked. We thought he was joking, you know?
No, dude. Yeah.
But in a sense, we kind of, I even remember you saying last podcast, you even admit like, yeah, I'm most likely gonna be fucked for this, you know, because it's not easy. Like I said, you're not fucking running around, you know, fucking playing around and shit. Like this is a fucking hike, you know, it's hard. So I was like, whatever, fucking let him die. So I was
God,
I was like, let's go. So I'm going, right, and I have a big ego, and like I was like, I don't care, like I just want to keep going. I kept going. So from group wise, it was Adam, Hubert, and Israel in the back. No, I'm sorry. Israel and Dylan stayed together, and then Adam and who am I missing? And Hubert in the back, and then me and Eric we're up front, dude. We're going.
But is this like right off the bat? Because I remember you guys stayed as a group first.
We that's what I'm saying. We're breaking off slowly.
So go from like, I want details because since I didn't do the hike, I want details like what you saw, how did it feel. So you guys started as a group first.
So we started as a group, and then as it gets steeper and steeper, it gets harder, right?
Yeah.
So that means our pace is changing. So that's when the group slowly started breaking off.
And it's not actual trail. It's like almost like it's like just rocks and shit.
So it's rocks, and then it starts being sand, and then sand with rocks, which is the most dangerous because it's slippery.
Yeah.
So, but we keep going, you know.
So you're as a group right now, and you guys start breaking off.
Yeah,
When
breaking
do you
off
think?
to the point where it's literally just me and Eric, just us two going.
I was like halfway, I think, because I called
half-
Eric saying
yeah.
how y'all doing, and
Yeah.
it was like halfway. Like you guys took a break, and that's when you separated with him, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So we're going, and I'm with Eric like majority of the hike. I'm with Eric like 75 or 80% of the hike, like just us two. And I remember it like I just at first like I put a poker face, but I was struggling at the because it's the complete opposite of the Grand Canyon. The Grand Canyon, you're doing the easy part first, which is going down. You're getting the hard part out of the way first. You're going up, and man, that was. I was like, dude, am I heading to heaven? Like, this is crazy. It's fucking steep. And I was putting like a strong poker face because I was suffering a lot. Like my calves were hurting, everything. But I just kept going because I was like, man, I just kept thinking what Israel was saying. Like, let me take her back. I just kept going. That shit kept playing my head, so I just kept going. And it got to the point where Israel's like, not Israel, fucking Eric. It got to a point where just us two, and I was just checking up on you guys, and you know, I know it got to the point where we all know, Hubert, you know, he was struggling really bad. It was really bad to the point where Adam had to stay back, or Israel had to stay back and make sure he's okay, you know, because he felt bad, his feelings, and I was like, fucking let him die. But he was really hurting a lot. Like, as for you guys that listen to the Grand Canyon hiking trip podcast, I recommend you to listen to it if you haven't. But like, if you guys hear how Israel and I explain our pain, that's exactly what Hubert felt. Like,
so you saw yourself pretty much in Hubert on
Hubert.
Like pain's
But
level.
I told Hubert straight up after we got done with the hike, like the Grand Canyon is 3 times harder than that. So, and I'm putting it on my dad's life. Like the Grand Canyon took my soul. But anyways, it got to the point where me and Eric were by ourselves, we're taking pictures, and like Eric goes, bro, like this is how he talks. He's like, bro, honestly, bro, I'm so happy you're here right now, bro. Like that's what he tells me. I don't know why. I was like, bro, what's going on? Or having like a like, I was like, what's going on here, playa? He's like, I'm happy. I'm actually surprised you're here. Eric said that to me. He's like, I'm surprised you're here. And all I kept saying is like, it's just my mind, bro. My mind's strong. And then Eric took off, like, cause I took a break and he just took off.
Cause Eric, I did not know Eric had that in him to
Dude,
go.
I even told Joseph that too. I was shocked.
Yeah, when
Eric's
I heard
cardio's crazy.
Dude, when I heard Eric was already there, I was like, whoa, bro. Like, he was like, yeah, dude, I just want to go fast. I was like, fuck, dude.
Yeah.
Like, his cardio and his leg strength, because pretty much there's a lot of leg strength and cardio.
Because he's a
on this
Mexican,
hike. So, this motherfucker is already like, I'm like, whoa, Eric really has that much in him.
I had to keep up with him. But it got to the point where I don't remember what particular part. Like, I like went at my own pace.
Any dangerous part, like where you guys were like kind of nervous or scared to tread or like anything like that?
No, I think it was more on the way back. Because on the way back, I was sliding a lot. And like I was worried for my ankle. Like if I snap some shit. Oh, and shout out to the nature. Because I found a good ass stick. And I use that. That should give me strength to like hike up. I was like, ah! I got struck by lightning and everything. But so Eric, I guess I stopped like 80% and like, and he just took off. He's like, hey bro, no offense, but I'm gonna go. Cause he explained to me, he's like, hey, no offense, the reason why he was like way ahead of us, cause he wants to capture everything, like the pictures and like make sure he gets everything, like the angles and
Yeah, he said that to me when I called him about like the sun. Like he wanted to be there before like the sun was beating on him and stuff like that. And so you guys finally get up there, right? Nothing crazy happened before.
Yeah. So
when did you guys know about Uber? Like it's like hurting, like he's like really staying far behind.
When Dylan and Adam when I lost Eric, he was way ahead of me. I was still going up, but Dylan and Adam somehow caught up. It was fucking weird, but they caught up and they were telling me that Uber was in a lot of pain. He was in a lot of pain. He was struggling a lot, and I know it's because I you know, he tells us all the time his cardio is not that good. And he's not used to hiking like this, especially a hike like this. And we went up, and I remember Dylan told me the same thing. He's like, dude, I'm surprised, dude. You're honest, you blew my mind. Like you're fucking crazy, man. And I told him, I was like, bro, like it's just my mentality. Like I don't want to fucking like fail again. Like that really fucked me up. You know, he did tell me that. He's like, I know you hate to lose, man. That the Grand Canyon, I know it changed you, whatever. And I was like, yeah. So we hiked up. And we finally make it to the top, bro. We finally get there, bro. And
who's all there with you at this point?
At this point, it was me, Eric, Dylan, and Adam. Israel doesn't get there to like another like 10 minutes, 5 or 10 minutes, maybe less.
But yeah, that's because he was with Uber, right?
Yeah, he was Uber, but Uber, I think at one point he said, I don't want to be a dead weight, tampoco. So he just told Israel to go, and that's when he started running. That motherfucker crazy. He started running up there. He met up with us. And then that's when we took all the pictures I posted on Instagram, Facebook, and all that shit. You know, us the group photos and stuff. And then we found a swimming pool, and then leads off to a waterfall. Dude, they went to go jump in. I passed out for like 20 minutes on a rock, bro. Like I was so fucking tired, bro. I was exhausted. And then I woke up and I went to met with them. I jumped in the water. It was cold. It was freezing cold, but it was nothing compared to Colorado River. That shit was like 20 times colder. But yeah, we jumped in and we took pictures, and it was cool. It was really beautiful. Being up there is crazy. Like it's a crazy achievement once you make it up there, you know.
And you finally made it at some point. How did you feel?
Man, that dude made it like 30 minutes, 40 minutes after us.
Woo!
Yeah.
That long after you?
Because I fell asleep for 20 minutes, and then he showed up like 10 minutes after I woke up. So I had to be like 30 minutes. But he made it up there. I give him props.
Israel told me he cursed at him because that's how bad Uber was feeling. He like,
really?
Yeah, Israel like said, "Come on, Uber, you can do it." And Uber like told him like, "Shut the fuck up," blah blah blah.
Oh, he's like, "I'm in pain, motherfucker."
I'm in pain, motherfucker. Yeah. And I was like, dude, I feel bad for you. But I was like, fuck. But hey, shout out to Uber for continuing, bro.
Yeah,
that's strong mental. Man.
Yeah, Uber even told me, he's like, dude, like, and it's crazy because it made me think a lot about him. We're the same, him and I, but we joke around a lot about that, but. He told me like, bro, like I wish I had Uber flight or
parachute just
like
to jump
something,
off.
Man. He's like, I wish I could teleport, like, cause I don't think I could make it back down. That's how much pain he was
Not
in.
even down.
Yeah, he literally questioned like, damn, bro, like
I'm stuck up here.
Yeah, I was like, bro, I'll carry you. The mic. No, so we're up there, we're chilling, and
you guys meet a group of girls or like 2 girls or whatever.
Yeah, they meet a group of 2 girls. I really don't talk to them because, you know.
Henry's just too good for them.
Nah.
He's like, I'm better than that.
Nah, I don't. Anyways. Yeah, so we're talking to them, whatever. They're chilling. I jump in, and then we're like, all right, it's time. The time has come. We have to go down. You know? And I think at this point, it was like, I think we started heading down like around 210 or like 2 something, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And
because side note, I keep calling these guys consistently just to make sure they're okay. Because I'm like, because if anything, I'll go get a park ranger and say, yo, there's some Mexicans up there stuck.
Call the cop.
There's some Mexicans up there and a Filipino stuck up there. And just because, like, dude, I was just like so worried. I was like, dude, it's hot as fuck up right now. It's hot.
Yeah.
There's no trees up there. Probably they're getting fucking heat stroke or some shit.
Yeah.
So I constantly call them like, hey, is everything okay? Like almost every 30 to an hour, I keep calling them as I'm doing my shit. Like, are you guys okay? Are you guys okay? Blah blah blah. And you guys started to descend. So I officially was not like, they told me we're officially going down around what time? 2:30, really?
Like 2 something, yeah.
So I'm like counting because I was like, okay, it took them about 4 to 5 hours to get up there, probably 4 to 5 hours to come back here, except there's Uber falling behind. So they're going down, and Henry will recap of how their trip was going down. But I get a call from Eric saying, at this point, everybody's separate. Eric said he's by himself, Dylan Israel, Henry's by himself, and then Adam and Hubert by himself. I'm like, holy shit, everybody separated again. But go ahead and tell us when y'all recollected and said like, hey, time to go back down.
So, you know, when we're at the swimming pool, we're like, hey man, we gotta go down, you know, because the sun was beating, and yeah, we can't be up there for so long, you know. More people were actually showing up and stuff, so we get our shit, and again, you know, that mentality. But at this point, I'm like, all right, I made up here.
Going down is
gonna be a little easier. I'm gonna go at my own pace. Fuck everyone, right? So we're going down. Eric's fucking speeding Gonzalez. He's like already taking off, so he's gone. And then so I keep up with Dylan and Israel, and but then I was going down and I kept sliding. I kept losing my footing like so many times.
It was that sand and rock.
It was a sand and rock, and it's very dangerous. Like I kept sliding. Even with my fucking sticks, I'm like, he's something to help. And so I was like, man, fuck this. So Dylan was behind me. I was like, bro, just pass me, just go. Like, don't worry about me. I'm gonna take my time. So I did. I didn't stop. I only stopped like twice to drink water. But all I did was literally take my time walking down. I was literally listening to Spanish music, bro. Just singing, having a good time. And it was kind of trippy. It was kind of scary though, because like, it was getting darker, and like there were times where we were getting shades. And what fuck with me is like I kept hearing like animals and shit, and like I kept thinking I was hearing like Israel. Like I was tripping out. Like I was like, what the fuck? Like I kept thinking I was hearing shit.
Yeah, bro, you probably didn't have enough water in your system.
No, I was good. Like I was good on water. Yeah, I was really good actually.
Okay.
But I don't know. It's just like it's the woods or the mountains play games with you, man. So we're heading down, and I'm taking my time, and I think the first person to get there, you meet up with Eric.
Yeah, so
Israel.
They get down, and I get a call from Eric. Hey, bro, I'm gonna drop my location. Can you come pick me up? Because I was surprised, because where we started was super different where y'all ended up. We started like fucking over here, and y'all ended up way over there. So I drive the car to go pick up Eric. I see Eric, and I'm like, dude, how are you? I just asked him, do you need water? Do you need food? Because these guys, we only took snacks. And like, I know like doing hiking.
I took a lot of snacks this time.
Yeah, I was like hoping, I just wanted to make sure that they had food. I was like, do you need more snacks? Because we can go to the other car. And our dumbasses, we should have left the keys with Eric, to be honest, at some point, because he was down first. He was up first. So we would have.
Oh, we should just give it to you.
Or me, at least. And because the snacks are in one car and I have the car with no snacks, so I was like, dude, I have these in my backpack, you can eat these. But I'm asking how he's doing. I give him water, stuff like that. I asked him like, hey, how's everybody doing? He tells me the same thing. Henry's by himself, Israel, Dylan, and he's like telling me the increments of time that he's expecting y'all to be here. He says Henry like 30 minutes, Dylan and Israel maybe 15-20, Adam and Hubert, like, dude, they're not coming back for another 2 hours. Like, that's how bad it is for Uber right now. I was like, dude, are you bullshitting me? 2 hours? Like, I have a difference from you getting here, which was like around 5 o'clock. You're telling me he's not going to get here until like 7. He's like, yeah. I was like, fuck.
Do you remember what time I got down? Probably like 6 something.
Yeah. So it was like almost an hour after Eric, really. And so one thing I do recommend, if you guys ever go, get the walkies. Make sure you have multiple of them, because they separate into multiple groups. So 2 was not enough.
Yeah.
Because there's no signal. You do get signal in the villages areas where but you barely get signal.
Yeah.
And that was
actually, and it was weird though because I did get more signal there than I did get in the Grand Canyon.
Yeah.
I got a lot of signal. That's crazy.
And I was like, fuck. I was like, how do we connect them and how do we talk and stuff like that? So now Israel and Dylan come down, ask them like, hey, how's everything? How are y'all? Same thing I did with Eric. I asked him, how's Henry? He's like, dude, Henry should be coming up here in 30 minutes or so. And that's when you come in around 6. And they said the same thing. Hubert and Adam are way in the back because Adam's staying with Hubert. And it was like still same time concept of like 2 hours later. I'm like, holy shit, this fucker's this dude's not gonna get done anytime soon. And so Israel's saying he's hungry as fuck. He's hungry. Eric's hungry.